Hey guys, in this video, go away thing. In this video, I'm going to go ahead and read aloud this article from the right here about this current event. Remember, as you read, you're going to look for at least 3 bullet points worth of notes, and this week's notes should really focus on the pros and cons of hosting the Olympics according to that article, and then any rules or regulations according to the article are mentioned in the article. So when you click on that link, it's going to take you to this Washington Times article. We're going to go ahead and read the title to see if we can figure out where the right is going to lean on this current event. Tokyo Olympic torch relay plans to kick off in 1 month. Doesn't tell us much, so let's keep on reading. The torch relay for the postponed Tokyo Olympics is to start in a month, which should be a sign that the troubled Olympics are on track to begin on July 23rd. So this kind of tells me a little bit maybe on how they might lean on this current event. The troubled Olympics are on track. So it seems like they're kind of frustrated just based off the word troubled with what's been going on with the Olympics and on track to begin. They seem kind of happy about that. So I would assume that the right is going to lean towards the Olympics should be held. It was at this stage at the start of the torch relay just under a year ago, just after the Olympic flame arrived from Greece, that the Olympics were postponed because of the coronavirus. Organizers on Thursday read out a list of rules regarding health measures for the 10,000 torchbearers and others who are to take part, including fans. They also cautioned that changes to the route or runners could come without much notice. No shouting, no cheering. Please cheer by clapping your hands and maintaining appropriate distance in case there is overcrowding. Yokihimo Numarami, the Vice Director General or Organizing Committee, told a briefing. So we could go ahead and write that down in our notes. Some of those regulations they mentioned, changes could come without much notice. No cheering or shouting allowed. Torchbearers will be allowed to run without a mask, but all others will be required to wear one. The relay begins on March 25th from the northeastern prefecture of Fukushima and will crisscross the country. It ends on July 23rd at the opening ceremony in the National Stadium in Tokyo. Fukushima is the part of Japan that was heavily damaged on March 11th, 2011 by an earthquake, tsunami, and the meltdown of 3 nuclear reactors. The precise starting point of the relay will be J Village, located in the town of Naraha. There was talk after the postponement of dropping all or part of the torch relay for safety reasons or to save money and simplify the games. But it was kept partly because it is a heavily sponsored event backed by Coca-Cola and Toyota and other large sponsors such as Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, Nippon Life Insurance, Panasonic, All Nippon Airways, Japan Airlines, and Visa. Local sponsors have poured in $3.5 billion to these Olympics, many without much chance of return because of the COVID-19 pandemic, limited tourism for the games, if any, and the 1-year delay. So this one's kind of focusing on the fact that a lot of money has been spent on the Olympics, and if they cancel the Olympics again, like they're losing out on money. So we could go ahead and write down billion? $3.5 billion have already been spent on the Olympics. The local sponsorship contribution is at least twice as large as any previous Olympics. The International Olympic Committee and organizers announced earlier this month the so-called playbooks for the Olympics. They spell out how the Olympics in Tokyo will be held. They are to be updated in April and June with more details. The cost of the Tokyo Olympics continues to soar. The official price tag is $15.4 billion, but Olympic costs are notoriously difficult to track. Several government audits have said costs are at least $25 billion and maybe more. Okay, so again, highlighting the fact that there's been a lot of money being spent on this.